everybody. I'm going to do a playthrough of Pax Pamini. This is my 18 card shrink of Pax Pamir Second Edition, and I will get right to it. We're going to set up the bot here. She has 2 cards, and we will set that to the starting position, and then we'll go ahead and deal me 4 starting cards. I'm going to try not to go through every rule, but I do want to talk through what I'm doing so you can kind of follow my thought process and maybe help you learn the solo mode if you're working on that. So I have 4 starting cards here, and I get to pick 2 of them. This is a great card, definitely keeping that. And then why don't I grab that one? That way I can drop a spy on this card and protect it a little bit. And we will leave the British to the bot. Her name is Mikhran. We're going to grab 2 cards to round out the random starting market. Discard the top card. We only do that in the first round of the game. Okay, there's our starting market, and we'll go ahead and take our first turn. Let's see what's out there. Some Afghan cards. Purple is good for expanding our court size. I think I'm going to leave those to Mikhran. I kind of committed to, well, not necessarily. So I have this Trans-Caspia card. I'm going to go ahead and what do I want to do? I can't grab both of these cards. See, that's the problem is I could grab one of these this turn and play one of these, but I'm going to waste some space because I only have 2 actions. However, I know that Mikhran prefers higher rank cards, but she's going to go for cards of the current favorite suit. So there's just no way that I can get both of these Afghan cards, which is a big deal, because then Mikhran's going to tie them up into her court and I won't get to see them, one of these anyway. Okay. So this is the only one we have our eye on, and that's too expensive right now. So I'm going to go ahead and probably just play our 2 cards here. This will go into Trans-Caspia. Makes us the ruler of Trans-Caspia. We have 2 tribes there and an army, so we have the most ruling pieces. And then we're going to commit to being Russian. I would have set this, sorry, I forgot to set my starting loyalty dial here. And we're going to drop this spy on our political card there. The favorite suit's going to change based on our impact icon, and I think that's it for our turn. Now, I also forgot to set Mikhran's starting loyalty. She would have looked at the market. Let me just double check what her starting loyalty, how we determine that. So this is her pragmatic loyalty. For those of you who are familiar with Big Pax Pamir, it works similar. She's technically loyal to all factions at once, but she does have a pragmatic loyalty, which is used to determine different things for the game state. In Pamini, it's actually a little bit more important because it determines the loyalty of her neutral cards, her non-patriot cards. So she's going to pick based on patriot, and what is our the most blocks on patriot cards, which would be this one. So she's going to start out British pragmatically. Okay, and it's her turn. We're going to look at this card, Kabul, and we're going to adjust her AI card based on that. So we're going to move it 2 rows, and she's going to start with the radicalize action. And she has a priority list of cards that she prefers to radicalize. It changes if there's a dominance checkout, but there is not one yet. So we're going to look for a card matching the favorite suit. We are currently in economic, so there's none out here. Then the highest ranked card possible, which would be these 2, and then the leftmost card. So she's going to buy that one. That's going to cost her 2. Me rotating these cards is dropping a rupee on them, and whoever buys those cards later will get the rupees. Okay, so her radicalize action, she gets to purchase and play all in one. Let's look at what's next. So we're gonna keep moving down her card. Since we were at the bottom there, we'll loop back up to the top. Can she tax? No. Betray, move. She could move. Does she want to? Nope, because she's not adjacent to anything that she can defeat. She has Kabul in the way. For those of you who are kind of new to Pax Pamini, the weirdest thing about this game is we each have our own tableau, we have our own court, but there's 4 columns in each of our courts, and in terms of armies and tribes and roads, they are considered in the same imaginary geographical space as other cards in the same region. So if I were to play a card into Transcaspia, or let's say if Mikhran were to play a card in Transcaspia, it would actually be in the same location as my cards in Transcaspia, so our armies and tribes and roads could interact. Okay, that's the end of her turn. Those were her 2 actions. She has no free actions, so we'll clean up the market. All right, there's a British or a Russian patriot. That's kind of what, it's a good one for us. So let's see, we have nowhere to, well, we would have room for those spies. That's not too bad. So we kind of want that card, but I don't think we can, I mean, we could afford it, but I don't want to buy it at that price. So maybe we'll just call this a money turn. We'll grab that for free. The cost of buying the cards is based on the column. Column 1 is 0, column 2 is 1, 2, and 3. So that costs us 0, but we actually make 1 rupee on that. And then in Pamini, you can also discard cards for 1 rupee. That's going to be a net wash because I gained a rupee, but I paid a rupee. And that's my turn. I did 2 purchase actions. So we'll clean up. Yeah, in Pamini, you can discard a card for 1 rupee to help with payment. Another Kabul. So we'll move her card 2, and she'll start with Betray. Doesn't have that action available. Doesn't want to move yet. Can't battle, so she'll radicalize. And the current favorite suit is still economic, so she actually wants that card. Can she afford it? That would cost her 3. She can. And I'm thinking I didn't pay for this card last time. I believe it was 2. So she can't afford it. That was my mistake there. So she can't actually buy that card. Then next on the list that actually is relevant is purple cards, of course. She wants to prioritize getting a big court, which makes sense. So that's going to cost her 2. She'll be down to 0. And I believe that was her first action. She's behaving a little bit like a human, I think, because she's kind of stacking herself up here in Kandahar, which is cool. That was her first action. She's going to loop back up to the tax action, and she can actually do that. She would prioritize taxing me, but she can't. I don't have anything in the same region or with the same region name. So we'll go ahead and clean up the market. Those were her 2 actions. All right. So I do want this guy, mostly because I don't want her to get him. Because if she grabs my patriots, then I have to do some work to get those back. Like, even to get them back into circulation. So, I like these roads. Unlike me, Mikhran doesn't need roads to facilitate army movement, but she also doesn't care if she just takes those from me. I like that, and those are central cards too. So far I'm not really concentrating on roads though. So do I really need that? Maybe I should focus on this. That's Kabul. Yeah, that would put him in danger a little bit because he's right next to that double army. I'd like to keep some distance there if I can. But she wouldn't seek him out because he doesn't have tribes. I hate to give her this card. I actually want that card pretty bad. Okay. Well, we'll start first things first here. I'm going to buy this for 1. I am actually going to discard one of these cards to pay for that. And then I think, what did I just do? I was at 5. I discarded a card to pay for it. And then I get the rupee for 6. Definitely pay attention to the description in this video. I will put a list of rules goofs. I wish I could rewind the tape in real time. I think I was F5 and reduced it and then paid with the card anyway. So if we put it back to 5, I should be at 6 now. Okay. And then I want to buy this one. So that's going to drop a rupee here. The other one kind of falls off here. So it's 1, 2, 3. No, wait. 0, 1, 2. Sorry. So there's one of them. And then I will pay the other from my bank there. Hope I didn't cheat. I'm considering just reducing that by 1 to be safe, but I'm pretty confident that I actually have 5 rupees. We'll find out when I watch this tape later. Okay, those are both my actions. I don't have any free actions, so we're good to go. It is now the bot's turn. Persia means we're not going to adjust this card at all, so we're going to start with the betray action. She has nothing to betray. And then move, nothing she wants to move. Nothing to battle, so she will radicalize. And we're still in economic as the favorite suit. She'll buy that card finally. So that's going to cost her 1. And it'll go in Transcaspia. Oh, she can't actually play that card because she can't afford the bribe. So she'll discard it and she'll gain 1 rupee for the discard. So that was her first action. She'll go back up to tax and she will tax. I kind of like that single tax action is slowing her down a little bit. I tend to run a little lean on money, so I don't tax as much as maybe I should. So maybe that'll come back and be a good thing for her. But I like that she doesn't have a double tax action, and that's kind of getting in the way of her radicalizing more often, at least right now. Okay, some good cards in the market. I like that double army. But I have some good cards of my own right here. So there's Transcaspia. Sure, let's go ahead and play that card. Put those spies on my remaining Transcaspia cards. That's my first action. I think I'm going to go ahead and draft this card or buy it. Get the 2 rupees. So partly for the money, partly because I don't want her to get it. If anyone's going to play it, I want it to be me, and I want to strategically change the suit to military when I want to, because that makes everything more expensive, and I don't want her to do that on me when I'm not ready for it. Those were my 2 actions. Okay. She's going to adjust this 1. Again, nothing to move, nothing to battle, so she'll go ahead and radicalize. No economic cards. There's 3 rank 2 cards, no rupees, no purple cards, so she'll grab this one. Can she buy it? Yes. It'll cost her 1. That's going to go out in Persia. Oh, she can't play it because she has to pay 2 rupees to play cards with gifts on them, or everyone does, but she can't afford that, so she'll discard it and she'll make the rupee back. That was her first action, and as her second action, she'll loop back up and do her tax. Well, she's struggling a bit. I am going to play, I think, I might regret this, I am going to play on the hard difficulty and that only comes into play. It just helps her. It gives her extra points to contend with during dominance check. So she'll get more influence, more discs, and even more blocks. So I'm going to try that. So far, I'm about 50-50 with her, maybe a little better on the normal difficulty setting. So I'm going to try hard here. But we'll worry about that when the dominance check comes up, which actually will be soon. There's only 2 cards left in the deck. Okay. So it's hard to ignore this. Look at all my Transcaspia cards. It is hard to ignore this double army here. I wouldn't mind if, yeah, that would actually be great if I got that card. Can I afford it? For sure I can. So let's 1, 2, and I have it in my hand. I'm going to pay 1 and I'm going to discard this one. Not the biggest fan of changing the suit to military anyway. And then I think we'll go ahead and play it. There's no limit on how many cards you can have in a single column. So that's both my actions. No economic cards out. So it's back to Mikhran. And she is going to adjust 3. 1, 2, 3. So she'll tax first, which she can certainly do. Lots of money out there in the market. And then for her next action, she will buy a card. And there's an economic card. She's going to go ahead and buy that. I believe she can afford it. Yes, finally. She was really struggling with money there. And she has a double tax action now. Oh, there's a gift on that. So she's going to get taken down to 0. She's going to drop her spy on this card and then change the favorite suit to military. All right. And that is the end of her turn, except she could move or battle if she wanted to, but she doesn't have anything ready for that. So, okay, that's the last card in the deck. We're going to be seeing that dominance check soon. I haven't really paid attention to the game state yet. I've just been feeling good about how things are going. But if I look at it, no one is dominant because I have 1, 2, 3 Russian blocks out, and she has 1, 2, 3, 4 British blocks out. So no one's dominant. You need a 3-block lead for dominance. And so let's look at discs. I have 1, 2, 3 spies out and 2 tribes. So that's 5. And she has 1, 2 with her spy, and then an extra 1, 3 for her for playing on hard difficulty. Okay. So I'd be winning that. And I have plenty of money to buy that check when it comes up, except I'd like to get the suit out of military. I'm not the biggest fan of that. That's going to waste a little money. I'm realizing she should have paid her gift money out to the market. So she'll do that now. Okay, what region is that? Kandahar? Yeah, she's kind of got a corner on Kandahar. I don't really want to play with that too badly. Persia. I wouldn't mind getting a Persia card, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that. Cost of 1. And you know what? We'll play it right away. Drop the spy right on it. And that's another block. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And she has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a virtual block. I forgot to count that, I think, last time. So 5. Okay. That was both of my actions because I purchased and played. Okay, So replenishing the market, the dominance check card is actually in this fourth space here. It's an invisible card, but you can purchase it just like other cards and just like the dominance check in Big Pax Pamir. The rightmost card is still Persia, so she's going to adjust this by 0, except she gets a little bit better tax action this time. Oh, I forgot to pay double for this card because we were in military. I will adjust that now. So she's going to tax. She doesn't have anything she can tax me for, so she's going to grab it from the market. It's a little better than that single tax action. Betray. Nothing to betray that will help her move. Nothing to move. Nothing to battle, so she will radicalize for her second action. And we're in military, no military cards. I'm going to just find her priority list here, make sure I do it right. Highest rank card, they're all ones. The most rupees, they're all the same. Purple cards, she's going to buy that if she can afford it. I'm realizing also, yeah, she can afford that. I'm realizing I paid this extra one. But I didn't pay it out to the market. So I'm going to call that okay right now. I can't remember if it would have gone to this card or this card. Let's think that through. I think it would have gone to this card, in which case she would have purchased that card instead. Which means she'd have 3 rupees and she'd play this out in Kandahar. Right, and I think I had her pay the 2 rupees. So she gets those back. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, definitely check the description. I'm sure some of my memory is fuzzy there. But that's the best that I can do in terms of remembering and backtracking there. So for now, she's going to play this out into Kandahar, change the favorite suit to politics, and you know what? I think all of that was, sorry about this, I'm going to backtrack again. Because she has different behavior when there's a dominance check out. I was looking at the other column. So when there's a dominance check, she'll purchase a card if it will give her more points. That's not the case right now. She'll choose the cheapest patriot loyal to the dominant coalition. There is no dominant coalition. And then the cheapest card with the most army and road impact icons. Well, that's this card after all. Okay, we will go ahead and do what we were in the middle of doing. Now I'm deciding where to drop this spy. She's going to go with card priority. I don't have a card. Favorite suit? Yeah, she's going to drop it on this one. Okay, those were her 2 actions. Now she gets a free action here. So she's going to go ahead and tax again. Grab it from that card. Probably a wasted effort because I'm not going to get that card anyway. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cheated a little bit. I need to discard a card because of my court size. I can only have a size of 4. 3 plus. Oh, no. 3 plus 2, because this is a 2-star purple card. That's 5. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Okay, it's my turn. Let's count up blocks here. 1, 2, 3, 4. To her, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could buy the check now, which I think I'm going to do, and win the dominance check, and then I'm definitely going to beat her in influence because I have 1 for my dial, 2, 3, 4. I have 3 patriots out. And so she's always eligible for the check, even though her pragmatic loyalty is Russian at the moment. And so she'll have 1 for the dial, and then 2 because I'm playing on a hard difficulty, and she gets a free 1. So I think now is the time to buy this. So that's 0, 1, 2. And I think I'll actually put this out first. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. The blocks. Does this give me enough block lead? I was thinking about that wrong. For it to be successful, I need to be 3 ahead, and I don't think I was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I have 6, and she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and 1 more. Let's backtrack a little bit. Because this is not a successful check, but I don't think it matters because let's count discs now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 spies. That's pretty great. And then 2 tribes, so that's 6. And she has 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I would win either way. And yeah, so I just bought the check. So my first action, I played this out. Second action, I bought the check. And that gives me 3 points to her 1 point. And I'm just going to track the point differential. So I'm going to give myself 2 points. And the nice part about that is since it was an unsuccessful check, we don't have to clear blocks. So the tableaus can remain as they are. We're going to straighten these up and reset for round 2. Curious which card this was. Yes. Shuffle that up. And I'm going to adjust this so we can track which round it was. Okay, I had the last turn. That means it's Mikhran's turn. And she's going to tax first. Oh, one thing I need to remember to do is put more money into circulation. So I have 2 rupees. She has 6. Actually, we don't need to do anything. So she has 6 plus my 2 is 8. If there was anything less than 8, we would drop those on the right side of the market just to make sure there's enough money going around. Anyway, so she's taxing, but there's nothing to tax, so she'll skip it. Betray, nothing to betray. Oh, and I need to... I don't know why I would have played that. I'm going to retcon that. I know that's cheating a little bit, but I was at my max court size. I didn't need to play this for the dominance check because it went to unsuccessful anyway. Unless 1, 2, 3, 4 to her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I was still within. It was less than a 3-point lead, so, or a 3 block lead. Okay, sorry about that. It's a solo game. Whatever. I'm playing solo anyway. I'm gonna retcon that and say I didn't play this out, so I don't have to discard it from my court due to the court size limits. Okay, nothing to betray or move or battle, so she will radicalize, and there's no dominance check in the market anymore, so she's going to be going for purple cards. And she will buy that one. And that goes into Persia, and we'll change the suit to intelligence. She still can't tax, kind of the same deal as before. She's just going to radicalize again. And unfortunately, she's going to go ahead and grab this card for a cost of 1. and that goes into Kabul. She'll drop the spy on herself here. She will take the Kabul ruler token, and we have a cool east-west thing going on here. She's also going to rule Persia. Okay, she's looking a little more threatening than before. Look at that tableau. 3 purple cards, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 cards in tableau. Looking pretty menacing over there. I'm going to make sure she doesn't have free actions. She has 1 intelligence card. Does she want to move anything? No. Luckily for me, her army is way over here in Kandahar, and he's only going to move if there's tribes in the next column. And I have this Kabul cushion here. Well, hold on now. This card has an army. So she would move this actually because I have tribes that she would seek over here, except I'm going to double check my movement rules. There's some intelligence built in so that she won't just go on a suicide mission over here. She will not move armies if doing so would cause her to lose a ruler token. She will also not move a card. Well, actually that's good enough. This would cause her to lose that ruler token. But she will also not move a card if at the destination region she would not have enough armies to defeat at least 1 card and her opponent would have enough armies to defeat the card she moved. So she wouldn't even have enough to defeat any of my cards because she has 1 army here, and this is a double army, and this is has 3 game pieces. So based on a few things, she's not going to move that thing. Okay. Let's move back to my turn. I'm just scrolling to the right page in the rules document, so I have it ready. Whoops, sorry. Wrong button. Rotate these. It's going to be a short round. We have big tableaus, so there's only 2 cards left in the market already. All right. I need purple cards. And I wouldn't mind having the, oh wait, no. I'm Russian. So I don't want this. What would be nice is to drop this card in Persia only to destroy this card. That would be nice. Then I could maybe get some fortification built up in Persia and kind of surround her. Seems like a cool kind of end around move. I'm not sure I want to take the time to set that up, and also I'm going to need more purple cards to make that happen. There's only a handful of purple cards that are not affiliated to Afghan. She has 2 of the Afghan ones and 1 of the neutral ones. And even if I get this, I'd have to play it out into Kandahar. So maybe my goal shouldn't be to increase my tableau size. 5 is alright. Like, this card is pretty great. Maybe I should instead focus on spies. And spies, unlike armies, spies don't move on the map. They just jump from card to card. And that's can be sometimes tricky for players who are learning this game. It's easier in Big Pamir in a sense because you have the difference between the physical map and then your courts. So it's easier to kind of have those categories in your mind. But here, the map is abstracted, and so it's hard to sometimes remember, armies, they're moving from region to region. Spies don't care about region. They're just hopping from card to card. So what I'm getting at is this spy right here could jump to here and start crawling down this column, or this spy right here could jump from here over to here if I have a double move action, which I do. You know what? Let's start there. I want the freedom to start building up in Persia if I want to, which means I don't want to pay for the privilege. So I want to get rid of that card, and also those double tribes are, I don't like her having that in case the check goes unsuccessful, which right now I think it would. So I'm going to use one of my double moves here. Let's say I use this one, and that's a free action because it's in the favored suit. So this spy is going to jump from here to here to here because it's jumping off the right side of my tableau, jumping onto the left side of her tableau. So I'll straighten that up. It moves to here, and then it moves to here. That's free action, but it uses up this card. And do I have a betray anywhere? Yes. So I'll go ahead and use this as a free action to betray. It's going to cost me 2 rupees. But I do get to betray this card, and I'm going to take it as a prize, which is nice in and of itself to have that influence point, but also it keeps it out of circulation for next round. I don't want her getting that card back. So those were both free actions. And I lost a spy in the battle, but once per game, when your spy is removed from play, place it on this card instead. Shoot, there's no room on this card. I can't have more than 1 spy. So I think my next priority should be moving this spy and doing something with it so that if I keep going with this, with the spies, I can take advantage of that ability. So I haven't done any real actions yet. I mean, my first ones were bonus actions. It doesn't help me to really purchase cards that much unless I buy this one because I really want that to happen, but I think she's going to prioritize that one unless the suit changes, which I don't think it will. So I think I'm safe to leave this card out here for now. Let's think here. Do I have a move action left? I use this one, this card, and that card. I do have a double move right here. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. No. Yes. Take it off of this card, and I'm going to move it over to here. And I have 1 action left. I'm going to take this card for the free money because I can discard it later for 1 rupee. I could also play it out if I wanted to and get that money from the leveraged icon. Okay, it's a Kandahar card. We'll adjust this 3, 1, 2, 3. So she's going to start with the battle action. She has nothing to battle. She will radicalize. And what suit are we in? Intelligence. She wants this card. Can she afford it? She sure can. So 1, 2, take that and get a rebate of 1. So that's a net 1 cost. And this goes out in Kabul. Changes to military. And then she has room for 1 spy, and then the other one just kind of goes away because she doesn't have room for another one. That's her first action. Next, she would tax. And of course, she'll use that double tax action. So 1, 2. She's doing great on money now. Does she have any free actions? She has this military card, so she could move. And she won't move because moving just the 1 card will not get her a defeat of any of these cards. So she's not going to move. And she doesn't have to discard her tableau because there's 1, 2. So that's, no, she does have to discard down 1. So she has 2 purple stars. And that's enough to get her a 5 size tableau, but not 6. So let's look at what card she'll discard here. Non-political. So that leaves these 2 out of it. Oops. Non-leveraged, she has no leveraged. No opponent spies, fewest spies. So we're down to these two. Lowest rank, there we go. Get rid of this card here. All right, last card in the deck for round 2. And let's see what we need to do here to make sure we can win this dominance check and hopefully win the game on this one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks I have. And she has 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Ooh, so she would win the dominance check right now. Oh no. And I can't buy it right now. What I might have to do is discard a card, so I might have to play one of these out. Let's play this card out. I can't afford to do that. Okay, I think I decided my turn's going to include buying that for free, discarding those two for the money to bribe her so she can get wealthier, and playing this card out. And I have no free actions I want to take. So then that would force me to discard a card, which I think I'll discard that one. Those spies don't do me that much good anymore. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks compared to her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 free one because we're playing on hard. So at least I closed the gap there, and she wouldn't win this dominance check for the British. Well, now hold on, I'm thinking about that wrong because this wouldn't count, but that's still because the Patriot blocks in her court remain loyal to their native coalition, but the neutral blocks will follow the loyalty of whatever her pragmatic loyalty is. So the British have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 blocks, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's even better. Back to her turn. Okay, the dominance check is in play now. It's over here. And in that case, she'll buy the check as soon as she would get the most points from it. That's not the case right now. So since it's in play, she'll choose the cheapest patriot loyal to the dominant coalition. There isn't one. And then the cheapest card with the most army and road icons. That would be this one for sure. So she's going to get a 1 rupee rebate off of that and play it into Persia. She's going to pay 2 for that gift and change the suit to intelligence. And no one owns Persia yet in terms of rulership. Now, does that change the math? Because these are going to end up being British. No, it doesn't, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the British. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the Russians. Not good enough for a dominance scenario. Well, and I didn't go through the work of counting up the discs. So let's make sure that she wanted to do that. How many discs do I have? 1, 2, 3 spies and 2 tribes. That's 5. And she had 1, 2, 3, 4 spies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 compared to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? She wouldn't have done this. Let's see, she paid 2, but also got 1. So I think we're back at 8. And this was military, I believe. Can she afford this? So that's 0, 1, 2, 3, which means it's 6. She can. Okay, she's going to go ahead and buy that dominance check so that it triggers right now. The check would be unsuccessful because no coalition has a 3-block lead, and that means it's an unsuccessful check, and she's actually winning with discs right now with tribes and spies. So that's 2 points to her, and we go to round 3. Shuffle those up good. Rotate that to round 3. Okay, it's my turn. What do I want to do here? No cards in hand. 5 cards in tableau. I could go for a purple card, but I think I have to go get that one if I want it, and we're already in round 3. So I might just have to work with what I got with a 5-card tableau. Should be fine. I should be able to work with that. I would really like to start just picking off her cards with my spies, but she has most of them protected here with her spies. It's going to make that kind of tedious, but I think that's the best way to move forward. We're in military. First, actually, we need to add 6 rupees to the market. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that'll be nice. Nice incentive draft cards here. I want this card. I don't have any money. This could get ugly. I don't want her to get that card, but now this card's in the way if I want to move this to the right, but that might be what I want to do anyway. I'm thinking back to, I'm wondering if I played that wrong. I'm thinking back to when I moved the spy, when I moved one of my spies. I think I might have did it right, but definitely check the description. What I'm going to do is move this spy west so that it drops on this card. So that's, I will take this 1 move action here, rank 1 move action, move my spy here. I can't leave it here because she already has a spy there, so I need to battle right away. I'm going to take this free action to battle. So that's 1 action from me because this was a free action. So that gets rid of her spy at least. And now I get a chance to use this ability. So once per game, when your spy is removed from play, place it on this card. Battles actually, both spies get killed. So I'll go ahead and I think I'll go ahead and move using a different move action. Let's just say this move action as my second action. And we have to remember I've used this ability now. Okay. We can get it next time. Transcaspia. She will radicalize, and we're in military, so she does want this card. That would cost her 2, which I think is all of her money. But she gets 1 of those rupees back, and she can't actually play this card. That's kind of best case scenario because it has this gift on it, and she can't afford the 2 rupees for the gift. So that goes away. And she gets the 1 rupee for it. I was adjusting the market. I don't know why, because she has an action left, and she will tax using this. which will take 1 rupee. No, she'll tax using this one, which will take 2 rupees from the market. Okay, doing better. And then, does she have military cards? Yes. Does she want to move or battle? No. All right. Back to me. There's my spy card again. It'd be nice to drop some more spies, actually. I need to wait till that gets cheaper, though. Is anyone going to change that favorite suit? Probably Mikhran will. She'll probably buy this card. I kind of want to buy this one since it's free. Actually better than free. And then this card is always, I forgot about that. It's always treated as if it was the favorite suit. Yeah, for my second action, I'm going to take the tax action. Take the money off of that card. Not only because I want it, but I think Micron's going to draft that. And then using this free action, I'm going to go ahead and betray this card, and it'll cost me 2. No prizes to speak of there, so we'll leave that as it is, and that feels good to get rid of that card. Does she... I believe cleanup is at the end of her turn, so we'll go ahead and... She'd be fine anyway on her court size, but we will move on then. Oops. What came out? Persia. So she's going to start by radicalizing, and favorite suit is military. Nope. The highest rank card available, all ties, the most rupees. Oh, she's actually going to get this one if she can afford it. That would cost her 2. She can afford it, and she's going to get those rupees back right away. And this is going to go out in Transcaspia. Give her 2 for the leveraged icon, and then thankfully she's going to change it back to political favorite suit. She has lots of blocks out. That was her first action. We will tax next, or she will. Still has her double tax. There's only 1 available though. So we'll go ahead and give her that. I forgot that I rule Transcaspia here, so she'll have to pay me 2 rupees. Yay! As a bribe. Good. I was short on cash. Yeah, and she taxed for her second action. We're now in purple. Does she want to battle anywhere? No. I think she's good. Last card for round 3. So that makes me want to count. So for blocks, my Russians are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. And her, we'll skip counting that card because that's Afghan. So the rest of them are British still. She hasn't changed her pragmatic loyalty all game. She's had these patriots out with the blocks on them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 free one compared to my 6. So she has 7, I have 6. It would be an unsuccessful check. So let's look at discs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 discs, and she has 1, 2, 3 spies, 4 with the tribe, and then 5 with the free one for playing on hard mode. Okay. So she has 5 discs right now to my 4. Aha. There's no dominance check yet, so she's going to proceed as normal. But I believe it was my turn. Yikes. I fiddled around long enough. I forgot whose turn it was. I think it was my turn. And yeah, because she just went. She bought a card and taxed. So I believe it is my turn. I can't buy the dominance check, and I don't want it anyway. What I really don't want is her to get that card, but she might prioritize another card. How much money do I have? 3. This would get me a disc, so I could play that to tie it up. And I don't know, pass on my next action? What do you think about that? Because if I give her a chance to buy the check, she has plenty of money to do so. No, let's not worry about it. I'm going to play that out. She doesn't rule Kandahar anymore. She has no tribes there. I'll drop the spy here. That's kind of exciting, since we're both in Kandahar and it's already purple. That was my first action. I will buy this for my second action. All right, still Kabul, so she'll adjust this by 2. Now, since the dominance check is out, we'll make sure that there's not a dominant coalition. So 1, 2, oh crap, and I gotta discard cards. Get rid of him. He's not helping me with checks. There goes my stacked Transcaspia column, whittled down to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks to her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're tied up. It's going to be hard for her to win on blocks. So with discs, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she has 1, 2, 3 spies. 4 for the tribe and 5 for the extra one for playing on hard mode. So the cheapest card with the most army and or road impact icons. Right, I got to make sure she doesn't want to do these other actions first. She's on betray, move, battle. Yeah, she's going to radicalize for her first action. So the cheapest card with the most army and road impact icons. So this has the most blocks. That's not quite. Oh, if no coalition is dominant, she'll choose the cheapest card with the most spy and tribe impact icons. There we go. Which would be this one, which makes more sense anyway. And she'll drop that into Kandahar, but she'll have to. No, I don't own Kandahar. She does now. Okay. She'll take the 2 rupees for the leveraged icon and then change the suit to economic. That was her first action. Let's go down the list, and she just radicalized. Can she tax? She can. And she will. I have a card in Kandahar, so she's going to take those 2 rupees from me. That is actually a pretty crucial turn of events there. I don't have any operating money. Does she have any free action she wants to do? She did this tax action already. She'll tax again, or she would, but she has nothing to tax. So she's good. Now she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and she should only have 5 because she has these 2. So 3 plus the 2 purple stars. So let's go down the list of what we think she'll discard here. Non-political, so that leaves those 2 out. Non-patriot, only those 2 left. Non-leveraged, fewest spies, so she'll get rid of this one. And she will have to pay that money back. Okay. All right, am I winning yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. Yeah, no one's dominant with blocks. Yeah, no one's dominant with blocks. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discs to her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, 5 discs. Come on, give me 1 disc there. So I'm gonna play that out. I can't afford to buy the dominance check. Oh, maybe I can. I'm gonna tax as a free action because we're in economic. Oh, can I tax anything? There's no money out here, and I don't rule anything where she has cards. That is too bad. Oh, bummer. I'm not sure how to finagle this so that I win this check. Can I get 3 blocks ahead? I can try. Let's go ahead and betray this card, except I don't have the money for it. Fine. That's a big bummer. Well, and I don't want to betray that anyway because I would lose the disc. All right, I just want to make sure that I don't lose. So I'm going to go ahead and, before I put that out, I'm going to take a move action first. I'm going to move this spy over to here. So 1, 1, 2. Oops, that's my spy, not hers. So that's, let's just say I took this double move. No, I took this double move, so that was a free action. Then I'm going to play and drop spies on these 2 cards. And then, what else can I do? I have more movement. I have another move. Yeah, why not? I'm going to move this spy over to here and get it more towards the edge of my tableau. Okay, back to her. Still Kabul on that right side, so she's going to adjust 2. Nothing to battle. So she will, well now hold on. If there's a dominance check in play, yeah, she is going to radicalize because she doesn't have anything to battle. So if there's a dominance check in play, she's going to go for the cheapest card with the most army and road impact icons. So here's a road. She'll go ahead and play that in Persia. She'll get the 2 money. And that does not make her anyone dominant because there's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 blocks on my side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks on her side. And we're exactly, no, we're not tied because I have 1 more spy than her, or 1 more disc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 discs for me, and she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 to 5 discs. That was her first action. Let's see what else she wants to do. Tax. There's nothing to tax. I don't have any money, and the market doesn't have any money. Nothing for her to betray. Does she want to move anything? No, she doesn't. Can't battle anything. She's going to radicalize this card. And that goes into Kabul. Now, Unfortunately for her, her tableau is way oversized, so she's going to have to discard down. And I believe that that happens before the check. Let me just verify the order of cleanup here. I'm scrolling back. Sorry about this. Rank and privilege, loyalty. Let's look at cleanup. Here we go. First, yes, you have to discard down. And then second, discard down your hand. And then third, you replenish the market. So she has to discard down. Let's look at the discard priority. Non-political, yep. Non-patriot. She has a lot of patriots. So we're down to these two cards already. Okay, fewest spies. So she'll discard that one. Okay, now the check happens whether we're ready for it or not. And I believe we did a count, and I'm just going to trust my last count. And I had one more tribe than her, or one more disc. So that puts me up to 4. Cool. And that was not successful. So we're going to play through these cards again. And did she discard down enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has to discard down one more. It has to be this one because that is her non-patriot. Okay, that hurt her a little bit, although she is still a long ways ahead on money. It's been nice that I haven't had to discard my tableau. I have a fairly efficient tableau going. Part of it is because I'm cheating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have discarded this one. That wouldn't have made a difference in terms of the check. It's actually been kind of nice to get that double spy card back out into circulation, especially with this small deck, because then I can see it again and drop more spies. And I'm not as limited by my tableau size with spies because I can drop those and move them around, and I don't have to discard them at the end of the turn. That's the trouble with game pieces. The tribes, armies, and roads is you got to keep that card out if you want those pieces out. But with spies, they can be a little bit persistent if you move them around. The check happened after her turn, so it's my turn. Let's. She has 10 rupees, so we don't need to add any to the market. And what do I want to do? There's a patriot for me. I mean, I kind of need one more patriot if there is going to be a successful check, but I just don't see that happening. But there is a disc involved. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase that one. And I have these spies over here if I just had enough money. I think for my next action, I'm going to move this spy over to here. And that way I control 3 of her cards. So if she wants to do those, she's got to pay me a bribe. Okay. I know I would have some free actions left, but there's just nothing I can do. So I will toss it over to the bot. And she'll adjust by 3. 1, 2, 3. Start with betray, nothing to betray, nothing to move, nothing to battle. So she'll grab a card. And she will grab economic cards first, which is this one. And we'll go into Transcaspia. We will adjust her to 10, 11, 12. And change the favorite suit to political. Okay, that was her first action. See if anything changes. Does she want to tax? Yeah, she can tax me. Man, I should get rid of this card. Oh, she has so much money. Oh, you know what? She can't tax me. I don't have any money. Sorry about that. And she can't tax the market. Nothing in the market. Nothing for her to betray. Does she want to move? Nope. Battle, nope. She's going to get another card. No economic cards left. No rupees out there. She's going to want to try to get that card, which she obviously can. 0, 1, 2, 3. There, I hit the wrong button again. And that will take her into Kandahar. Now let's spend her money right away. And, oh man, she got that purple card back. Not a fan of that. She's already the ruler there. So that's her second action. Any free actions? Yeah, she's got a bunch of purple cards. She doesn't want to build. I keep forgetting about the build action. I wonder if that would have come into play. So the build action is how you buy temporary blocks. And you would do that if you're trying to like get your coalition over the edge to be dominant. And I'm just thinking back, I wonder if she would have done that because she's been good on money for a while. But it might have been not close enough to matter. But yeah, something to remember. I keep forgetting to check for that. If a dominance check comes up and there's people have build actions available, you kind of take turns taking those actions to see if there's enough temporary blocks out there to sway the successful versus unsuccessful check. She was looking at free actions. She doesn't want to build. What's this ability? You do not pay bribes when playing cards. I'm not so sure I was abiding that either. Battle, tax. She has nothing to tax, so she's good. She's good. And this is the final market of the game for sure, because we're in round 4. Points are going to be doubled, so it's actually anybody's game at this point. Whoever wins this check wins the game. She needs to discard down. She has 1, 2, 3 purple stars. And so that means she gets a tableau size of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she has to discard down 1. She's going to discard this card, which loses her 2 money. All right, here we go. How am I going to win this? How are we doing on blocks? 7 blocks for the Russians. 5 blocks or 6 blocks with her addition for the British. Now, she can afford to buy some blocks. Oh. I better get some blocks out because I think she could build enough to make the British dominant and win the check. Wow. What cards are out there? There's a block and a tribe. That would be helpful. Let's see. I have 6 discs out, and she has 4 discs out. Maybe I do focus on discs. Can I kill any of her cards with discs? Yeah, but this one's a net wash because I lose my disc. That's a Transcaspia card, and there's no... I'm just going to try to increase my lead when it comes to discs. That's going to be my strategy here. But I wanted... do I have a card to discard that won't lose me too much? These are my weakest cards, but they both have a block on them. So actually, weirdly, my best move, I think, is I'm going to move this spy over here and then play this card in Transcaspia. That changes this to economic. I'm going to drop this spy down here, and then actually, yeah, so then cool, I can actually make some money here too. I'm going to tax the market with my double tax action as a free action because we're in economic now. And then I have to discard down, so I'll get rid of this card that I just played, but that was my plan all along. So now we gained a net 1 disc and 2 money. That's a good turn. All right, for her turn, she will adjust 2. Yeah, she's unfortunately been stymied here. She doesn't have that many good armies out, and if she was smart enough, she might have marched this card over this direction. But, oh, you know what? I've been cheating her. She would take that battle action here. I wonder how long that's been going on. It wouldn't have been too decisive, though, because that's a block, and we've been close enough on blocks. So she will take the battle action here. She takes, let's say, this battle action. That's her only battle action. So she's going to kill this card. That's her first action. Then she's going to radicalize. The check isn't out, so what's the current favorite suit? Economic, highest rank card. There's 3 tied. Okay, she'll take this one. And that goes into oh, that's my card. That goes into Transcaspia. She has to pay me a bribe, except she doesn't because of this ability. And she's going to drop those on my... She would drop those on my cards. However, they're protected by my spies. And the only reason that's working is because you can only have 1 spy on a card at a given time, which means you need a battle action available, and you need enough actions available to immediately go ahead and battle those spies right away. So unfortunately for her, that's only going to give her this spy here. You know what? She had to pay me a bribe for taking that battle action because I was holding her card hostage. I wonder how often I've been forgetting that. That helps me quite a lot. I believe that was her second action. Any free actions? She could tax. Yeah, and she will. She could do a double tax. Does she rule anything where I have cards? Yes. So she's going to tax me twice. Ouch. I was just getting excited about my money. And okay. I'm just thinking, would she have purchased the dominance check? And I don't think she would have, because, oh, she couldn't have, because this was her second action. All right. So it's back to me. Let's make sure she doesn't have to discard down. She does. She needs to discard one card because she has the 3 political cards. So we'll figure out which card here. Opponent spy as priority. So that's one of those 2 cards. Okay, she's going to discard this one. And she's going to have to pay that back. Getting exciting. All right. Can I win? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 blocks for the Russians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 with her extra one. So 5 blocks for the British. That's enough that it would be unsuccessful. Can I get 2 more blocks somehow? Yeah, but that would take both of my actions and money that I don't have. How am I doing on discs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that is too good. Can I betray a card? And get her to lose? Yeah, I don't want the Czech to be dominant for the Russians anyway, because she would beat me, because she has the Russian Patriot, one for her dial, and then a free one. How do I get another disc? Can I kill one of her cards? This would be a net wash, but it would force her to discard down at the end of her next turn. That's something. That's something. I'm going to buy this card, which gets me some money. And then I am going to betray this card, which is always considered a free action if I use this card. So that cost me the 2 that I just made. I can't take that prize without switching loyalties, and that wouldn't be good. I would lose a card in my tableau. So that's 1 action yet, just my purchase action counted there. I have no money out in the market, so I might as well play this card into Kabul. I can't play it. I can't afford it. Oh, bummer. Oh, I need money. If I could have afforded that card, that would have made a big difference. Can I do anything else? No, not with what I have right now. I'm going to keep these spies here. What are these cards? Kabul. Yeah, I need to keep... No, I am going to move one of these spies with my other action. That way I protect this Kabul card a little bit because she might take this one. Okay. Didn't get done everything I wanted to, but it's her turn now. She'll adjust to 1, 2. Luckily for me, she's going to tax first. She can't tax. Betray, nothing to betray. Battle. Let's just double check because I might have lost that last a few times ago. I'm wondering how long this road was here when she did have her 2 armies here. Hopefully those 2 didn't overlap and affect the game at all, in which case that would have been a little bit of cheating on my part. I hope that wasn't the case. But I don't think she can battle anything right now, and then she'll radicalize. Now, the dominance check is in play. First, we'll check if she can just win it by buying it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks for the Russians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks for the British. So she's going to radicalize a card. No coalition is dominant, so she's going to choose the cheapest card with the most tribe and spy icons, which would be this one. She is going to buy that one. It cost her 1. She'll drop it into Kabul. Change the suit. She can't. She could put it on this card. Was that her first action or second action? That had to have been her first action. So she could. She's going to place this other spy first. And then the other one she's going to drop on my card and battle right away. And she's not using free actions yet. So she'll use this action that she just placed out. And so this spy goes away. And those are technically her 2 actions. So she can't purchase the check card if she wants. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She does need to discard down 1. That was kind of a weird turn for her. Oops. Non-political, non-patriot. She has definitely a tableau full of patriots. Okay, so this doesn't automatically trigger. So she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 discs. I can't afford to play this card out because I'd need to bribe her 1. Unless I buy this card first, which I think I have to just do. And that gets me the 1 money. Although I could call an audible here and play this card out in Persia, but I don't want a successful check for. Well, no, she would beat me on Russian influence. Unfortunately, I've been playing the Russians the whole game. I've been loyal the whole game, and they're gonna turn their back on me and go with their new favorite child. And there's nothing I can do about it. The market's empty. Okay, I think my only reasonable play, I could betray something. I don't think there's nothing out there that's going to help me. So I think my only play for my second action is to play that out, pay her the 2 bribe, or the 2 rupee bribe, and let the chips fall. I don't even know how this is going to shake out. So that check triggers. Let's see. I'm pretty sure no one's dominant. We'll just make sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 Russian, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She just made it with the British, so no one's dominant. Actually, I just made it. That would have been bad for me. And then let's count up the discs. 1, 2, 3 tribes, 4, 5, 6 with spies. So 6 for me. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start over. 1, 2, 3 spies. 4, 5 with tribes, and then 6 for the free one. You're kidding me. So it's an unsuccessful check. We tied with discs, and now it's going to come down to the tiebreaker. I have to check the rule book of the tiebreaker because whoever wins this check wins the game. What is the tiebreaker on the dominance check? I have to find this. I'm sorry, this is going to take me a second. I need to find this in the rule book. Well, we split the points. That's what happens. I'm remembering now. So we split the points, which means it's a wash between us, and I had the lead 4-2. And so, yay, that means we win. Wow, that could not have been a more cinematic ending. That really came down to some number crunching. If she had, man, I was dry on cash the whole second half of the game, and that could have swung things. Very cool. Very excited about that play. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you check out the game.